Alright, here's one of the legs that I've already cut. Got to cut around the square part here. What I'm fixing to do here. So what I've done is I've come down about 1 inch. You know, it's give or take because we drill down into about 1 inch. So, you know, 7/8, 1 inch, something like that. Nothing is critical because you can always, you know, adjust it one way or another. So anyway, I've got these marked down, so now I'm going to cut around these things. A hacksaw is not the best thing in the world. My dovetail saw needs some more set in it because it's like my hacksaw, it's binding up real bad. Well, I probably went down too far. There we go. I went down a little bit more deeper than I did this first one, but that's okay because these are all going to have to be shaved down a little bit anyway after we get everything done. And they don't have to fit against here. These dowels are going to bottom out before they hit the leg itself. Alright, let's get the next one. Oh wow, my glad that's over with for now. They're all just a little bit different height, but that's okay because we can adjust our holes in our rockers. Now before we cut our rockers, I don't have a bandsaw with me, so I'm going to go ahead and just set up and put some 2x across there and get them drilled in. And then what we'll do after we get them set, then we'll cut the arches. I'm going to use oak, but right now I'm just going to use some pine to get my holes. This is kind of one of those. Let's try something first before we use the real stuff. So I kind of see what I want. I don't really think there's any set, but I know it needs to come out at least as far as your knees, which is probably about 6 inches. And then of course the back needs to come out past the top of the back, at least to there, so you don't over rock and then wind up on the floor. But in any case, this will give you just getting a regular 2x4 or something. This gives you an idea on how to get your holes set. So when you get ready to use the real thing, you can make all your screwy cuts with the cheap lumber and not mess up your good piece. So first one, we just need to get a idea on how the hole Right, there's the first one. Then we need to get this back one. You can see how this one's kind of at an angle to your lumber. I would have to be right there on a knot. Turn this thing over and start again. Okay, we'll do the this way. We'll run a board so we'll keep the right angle going. Alrighty. See, just follow your mark. Okay. Now we're ready to drill our holes. We just need to find out what size. These measure about, I'm going to call it a heavy 3/4. So we'll do 13, 16, 7/8. I see what kind of bit I've got. So we're going to put this right there on our mark, center it, line up our drill with the stick here. Get over here where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, same thing. Line up our drill with the Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, really well lined up with everything. Now it's a loose fit, but that's okay. These things are going to be pinned because all the force is down, not up. In other words, it's not going to pull out. But we do need to drill just a little bit deeper so we can get the right, I mean, we don't really need the right depth. Doesn't matter if you go too deep. It's just on your final one. You don't want to go too far through your real oak, because the more you go through, the more it's going to weaken, and most of your stress is going to be right back here on this back one. I mean, normally you're not supposed to rock past the headrest, but of course all of us do it. Alright, I'm going to drill these a little deeper, and since I've got the holes started in the right direction, I don't need to put my board back on there again, and I don't have to mess up my old office chair. We gotta have to clean that up because I still use it. It's just that it's turned out to be the closest work table I've got. One of these days I'll get a bigger shop. Okay, got that one. Alrighty, now we're through it. Now, one thing I do want to show you is, see, the back one still needs to go down just a little bit more, but what we'll end up doing, we'll end up cutting off some of the, that dowel, because like I said, we don't want it to go too far into our final product. Okay, so now we've got this one. It kind of gets you kind of a wide shot here. Now it's going to be about time for the other one. We'll get that one done.